AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine trials are on hold. This vaccine was developed at Oxford University. The company is investigating if one British patient's serious side effect is linked to the shot. For more on this, we turn to Austin Love with the details. Austin, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Dave. In the race to find a vaccine, drug companies are making sure that they're getting this vaccine right. In the case of AstraZeneca, they're pausing their production altogether and just taking the precautious route at this time. In a statement yesterday, the company says that it's pausing vaccinations to look into potentially unexplained illness. And this comes after an unprecedented joint statement from 9 drug makers pledging not to rush their vaccine candidates or cave to political pressure, specifically from President Trump to get a vaccine before Election Day. Get this, in a U.S. Today poll, 67% surveyed in that poll say that they will not get a vaccine when it's first offered. 44% will wait until others have tried it, and 23% say that they will not try it at all. This as drug makers are standing together and making sure they get it all right.
9 vaccine makers are coming out saying that they will stand with science, and the world is looking to science right now, in particular to vaccine, to make sure that we will bring us to the end of this pandemic.
All right, and right now, 3 U.S. drug makers have vaccines that are in phase 3, human phase 3 trials currently right now with about 30,000 volunteers that are participating in taking these right now. So we're going to have to wait and see when this vaccine will be here, Dave, and just making sure that they're getting it all right before they release it to the public. Dave?
Absolutely. Got to pay attention to this one, certainly. Okay, Austin, thank you.